Welcome back to today's explainer for day 6 of our 40 days of preparing the heart. I am really grateful to be guiding you today. We're going to quietly explore how we can shift our daily devotion from, a mechanical habit into this profound state of inner listening. We so often think of connecting with the divine as begging for something to fill a void or asking a higher power to fix our problems. But today, we're looking past the actual words and zooming in on the delicate inner attitude they're meant to wake up inside us. I want us to sit with a really deep, relatable question today. Can sacred words become so familiar to us that we literally stop hearing them? I mean, what actually happens when a prayer is repeated every single day, but our mind is miles away? We've all been there, right? The words flow out automatically, maybe even beautifully, but our consciousness is already making a grocery list or replaying a conversation from yesterday. The moment a practice turns into a rigid, unfeeling ritual, it just completely loses its power. We find ourselves reciting, sure, but we've stopped actually communicating. Section 1. The Trap of Familiarity. To actually move forward, we need to take a really honest look, and I mean completely without guilt, at the friction between the words we're saying and the actual state of our hearts. It's totally human nature to build routines, but when our inner state doesn't match our outward expression, that connection we're craving, it just short circuits. We're basically asking life to rearrange itself for us while blocking the exact transformation we're praying for. Look at these steps. First, we pray for a change in our character, but we fiercely protect the very habit that needs to go. Like, we might ask to become more patient, but we stubbornly cling to our anger because, well, we feel justified. Second, we ask for divine guidance, but we've already decided on the answer we want, right? Leaving absolutely no room to actually be led. And third, we pray for peace, but we're still feeding an argument with a spouse, a friend, or a coworker. We're demanding that the world change while holding on for dear life to our own complexities. Section 2. An inner posture. Let's shift to a totally different understanding of what communicating with the ultimate really means. Notice the contrast here between the heavy force of our demands and the quiet, simple act of just resigning ourselves. If our attitude is strong with self-importance, coming in hot and demanding that life fulfill our wishes, we don't create any vacuum inside ourselves. We're just completely full of our own ego and our own directives. And because this connection is a natural phenomenon, the flow of grace is entirely blocked when there's no empty space to receive it. But when we yield, when we soften our hearts and examine our own inner posture instead of pointing outward, we create this beautiful, quiet space. And that vacuum, it naturally, effortlessly invites the divine right in. True prayer isn't an activity of begging. It's an attitude. We approach as a supplicant who doesn't even hold on to the idea of what they're asking for. It's just about connection. As this quote captures so perfectly, prayer is the spiritual connection established between this self and the ultimate. When we finally let go of our little shopping lists of wishes and just establish a permanent link of devotion, we step into a state of deep communion. We stop asking and we just start being. We recognize how utterly helpless we are without that connection, and in that gentle surrender, true spiritual communication actually begins. Section 3. The Power of Suggestion. So you might be wondering, if we're not demanding things, how then do we invite growth and change? If we don't ask for our circumstances to improve, how do we actually evolve on our spiritual journey? Well, the answer is in this concept of sankalpa. A yielding, prayerful suggestion is actually way more potent than giving forceful orders. Sankalpa is this incredibly subtle suggestion that resonates in a pure, open, loving heart connected to the divine. It's not just an intellectual thought. It's like a delicate ripple sent across your consciousness out into the cosmic field. It's so potent exactly because it's so unbelievably subtle. We want to offer our thoughts so lightly, so gently, that it doesn't disturb the divine silence of the heart. Think about this for a second. Even the word please is too heavy. Why? Because please implies a beggar and a giver. It instantly creates a separation between you and the source. If we forcefully demand change, saying, this habit must go today, sure, something might happen, but it creates friction. Instead, we offer a suggestion so delicately that the tranquil stillness inside isn't interrupted at all. The suggestion just rests in the heart, trusting that the ultimate already knows exactly what's needed. Section 4. Beyond the words. Let's look really closely at the actual phrases we use when we sit down to connect. The words we choose have one specific job: to create a spiritual condition, a state of mind and heart. So instead of begging for change, these simple statements just define our human condition. First, acknowledging the real goal of human life. It gently reminds us of what actually matters beyond our day-to-day drama. Second, recognizing that we're slaves of our wishes. It's just an honest admission of the obstacles putting a bar to our advancement. By simply admitting we're stuck in these transient desires, we start inviting liberation from them. And third, honoring the power that brings us to that stage, recognizing that, hey, we just can't make this journey on our own strength alone. And this brings us to this brilliant idea. The words are just a springboard. The ultimate goal is for the words to slowly fall away, leaving absolutely nothing but a profound feeling and communion behind. You start with the words, for sure. Each word acts like a springboard, unlocking a specific vibration in your heart. But once that feeling is there, you follow it. You let go of the intellect. You just melt into that prayerful mood. And eventually, that state expands and carries you through your entire day, keeping you in tune with yourself, no matter what crazy things are happening on the outside. Section 5. Today's practice. Let's gently weave all these insights into our actual lived reality for today. We're going to follow this simple structure to help anchor this really delicate condition. In the morning, silently say the prayer just once. Don't rush it. Let the meaning truly register in your consciousness, and then meditate. During the day, right in the middle of a super busy moment, just pause and recall that inner feeling. You don't even need to remember the specific words. Just feel the quiet humility behind them. And then tonight, before you go to sleep, repeat the prayer and meditate on its meaning for 10 to 15 minutes, really letting yourself sink into that continuous connection. Section 6. A moment of reflection. As we get ready to wrap up this explainer, let's just create a little quiet space for some sincere self-inquiry. Where am I asking for change while still holding tightly to a wish? Just allow that question to linger in your heart today, gently revealing the spots where true surrender is still waiting to bloom. Be completely honest with yourself. But again, let that honesty be totally free of guilt. We're just observing. Notice where your demands might be blocking that vacuum that invites the divine flow. Thank you so much for joining this explainer. The absolute essence of our time together today is this. Prayer changes when we stop reciting and start listening. I hope you can carry this profound inner silence with you into the rest of your day. Try to hold on to that gentle, yielding condition and just watch how it transforms your daily life from the inside out. So, what would happen if you simply stopped asking today and just started being? Until next time, keep listening to your heart.